Hi, my name is Dickie Houghton. I'm the Senior Partner of Houghton Stone, and I just want to give you a little 5-minute synopsis of my presentation, Proactive Leader or Compliance Administrator, which are you? And the idea of the presentation is to give you an outline of the meld between the business plan, customers' expectations and those of our staff, and how they all formulate together. And whilst I've been working through some business plans with people and that, it's always come to me to see that a lot of businesses stall after 2 or 3 years. And what I see that is they get clutter. And I mean that the owners who start off with a vision suddenly become embroiled in administration, HR, accounts, and that takes away some of the initial drive of the business. So one of the things I always emphasise to people is ensure you try and keep the clutter out of your business life and you focus on your goal. One of the next things I like to ask is, what is the purpose of your business? Where is it going and what does it want to do? And can you communicate that succinctly? The elevator test. Can you communicate it in a couple of minutes? Because if you can't, I'd suggest you don't fully understand your business. Coupled with that, I think we ought to all strive to be the businesses that our customers and our staff expect us to be. Because at the end, they all want the same thing. They want a well-organised, well-run business that knows where it's going and they know where they fit in with it. So that's the easy part, but how do we do this? And I've got some pointers towards that. One of the major ones I see is we really have to get under the skin of our staff. We have to understand, what are their aspirations? Do they fit in with the goals of the business? And do they understand their role and where the business is going? Coupled with that, we have to make sure that our actions speak louder than words, that we actually walk the talk. Because if we cannot be bothered to do it, why should they? And within that, we have to make sure that we eliminate a blame culture. There's nothing worse than a business that has a silo mentality that if mistakes are made, everybody's blaming everybody else. That's a very unconfident business. The confident business sees the mistake, gets a little team together, rectifies the mistake and moves on. Coupled with that, we as managers and owners, we should follow up relentlessly. We should ensure that if we have a meeting, we don't want too many meetings, but if people say they'll do things and by when, we as managers should be checking up that they have done it by the time they've said they've done it, because we want to make sure that our managers are actually managing the business. And then we should at all levels fight bureaucracy. Bureaucracy bogs a business down. Why do we need a report? Why are we producing it? Because if managers are producing reports and information that isn't being used, they're not managing. They're just being compliance administrators. Then, if we have targets and goals for managers and teams, we should really embrace generosity. We should be wanting our team to achieve their goals and targets and be really pleased that they do. There's nothing worse than having achieved a goal and having a manager say, oh, I suppose I've got to pay you the bonus, or begrudgingly do it. It undermines the confidence and lets people down. We should, at every chance, take the opportunity to over-communicate the values of our brand. When we first started our business, we were really keen to tell people how good our service was, our business was, and that's what gave us the impetus, and we should never forget that. At every chance, try and over-communicate the value of our brand. One way to really galvanise a team is to find a common enemy. And what I mean by that is look for a competitor, look for somebody who you can benchmark against and rally the team. So we are going to beat that team. We are going to be better than them. It really pulls people together. We also ought to try and find a better way of doing things rather than running the same race as our competitors. The worst strategy to me is to compete with rivals in the same dimension, because that will only give us operational efficiencies. What we need to do is try and run a different race, look for a better way of doing things. I hope you've enjoyed my little presentation, the outline of the presentation. Should you want to hear the full presentation, you can find it on our website, which is www.houghtonstone.co.uk. And before I finish, I'd like to leave you with this one thought, that if you don't get this right, it's not your good customers that will stay, and nor is it your poor staff that will leave. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you all the best in your future business ventures. Thank you.